today. From Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Play action. Now it's Allen. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Knox. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
I can hear the film session right now. I can hear the coach saying to his team, guys, how does a guy that big get that open?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Imagine him as a kid, just trying to play hide and seek.
No chance.
No chance. He goes to hide behind the skinny tree.
Mike McDaniel, he's going to ask him to take a closer look at this call, and out comes a challenge flag. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So good decision there by Mike McDaniel to throw that challenge flag. They rule in his favor.
Steps away to his left.
And Allen will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact at the end.
This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
41's the mic. Think you gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this?
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. They'll wind up losing about a dozen on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Check 41. Bring it. Bring it. 41's got
To throw, it's Allen. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Uchenna and Nwosu got the sack there.
A truly all-around great effort against the pass today. First an interception, now getting to the quarterback for the first time in this contest. I think offensively, they just forgot to prepare for him or simply overlooked him in getting ready for this one. Either way, a big mistake, and he's making them pay for it.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long.
41 Mike. Mike. 41 Mike. Right here. 41 Mike.
From midfield, here's Allen. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and the lead will hold at 10. Miami set to take over. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10. Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard. And
got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jamison Crowder, his second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well. And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 37-yard line. Now Cook running right. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
Here's Allen to throw it. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. He can really smell 800 catches right now because that last one puts him at 799, knocking on the door. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Throwing now is Allen. There's Stephon Diggs for the catch on the slant. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 14. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Check 41. Here we go.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Back to the ground, Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
They'll run here with Moss.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again. Can he get it done?
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Now Allen going to give it to Moss.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Crunch time, defense. 41, Mike. 41.
To throw is Allen.
Here we go.
And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Bass on for the extra point.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays.
And it's finished off by the touchdown by Stephon Diggs. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From a yard return. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
And this is caught by Parker. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
And he wisely will throw that one away. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Teron Johnson able to pick it, and the Bills are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Allen down to a knee, and that should just about do it.
Switch.
A lot more was on the line in this one than just defending your home field, CD. They defend their home field against a division rival and get the victory, so this one feels a little extra special.
It has to, right? There's always just a little more emphasis on games like this. Everyone talks about playing each game the exact same way, but you and I both know that is not true. Division rivals, you want to take care of business, not just at home, but against a team that you really don't like very much, too.
Today, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Bullock out now to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And New York set to take the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They're not ready for this.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. This offense so far on third down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Trayvon Walker racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack.
To throw on 3rd down, Wilson. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain.
And intercepted. Wilson's 3rd of the game. Picked up by Elijah Molden.
The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense
Now a first down carry for Harris. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
So they need 6 yards here on third down. They're 2 for 2 on third down tries so far on this drive. Now Locke. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Evan Ingram. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Texans have taken a fourth-quarter lead. Well, CD, you know, anytime they get close to the red zone, he is such a threat. And there he is again already, his 2nd touchdown of the ball game.
And I know it's probably a little bit of a failing on my part, but you know I watch a game through defensive eyes, and I don't understand what the coverage was doing there. When he headed out deep, they should have adjusted and flowed towards him. Instead, they left him out there and gave him a chance to make a big play. And, of course, he did exactly that. His size, speed, and versatility makes him a top target in any game.
So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here. They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Going right side is White. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. The Raiders on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Herbert. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Check Mike 33. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Mike check 33. 33.
On first down, it's Herbert. It's complete to Williams. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. From the 50, here's Herbert. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. Here's Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Mike Zink.
first down. Here's White. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Back to throw here, Herbert. Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
I'm not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
3rd down, trying to get a little bit closer. From here, the field goal would be 55 yards. Now it's Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And that is no good. Wide to the right. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. Houston's offense taking over again. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football. Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Harris running straight ahead. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll run again with Harris. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They look to throw. It's Locke. And Ingram holds it in. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. On the give, this is Harris. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try and run with Harris, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Damian Harris, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year, and the Texans are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns, but the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So the Raiders now down by 10, and time a huge factor. And they're in danger of a third straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Herbert. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And that's complete to Brown. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Now this throw caught left side. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. First down now, but that clock rolling. Herbert's throw into the hands of Kirk. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Throwing, Herbert. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Herbert. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
One last throw here for Herbert. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And, Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Houston, their very slim playoff hopes remain as they move to 6-7 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, it's unfortunately more of the same as they'll fall to 3-10 on the year. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans, as we say.
Cougar 19. Mike's 49.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
They'll go screen here to Hunt. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And taken right at the 35. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Prescott. This one to Bourne out on the left side. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Off the play fake, Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Play fake. Here's Prescott. He's got his man. It's Gallup. Touchdown. Michael Gallup with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Cowboys are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Well, partner, he has carried them in this ball game throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air. And that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts.
Throw left side complete. That's Hunt. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Hurts throw here complete to Kelsey.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up second down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Throwing is Hurts. Evades him at the 20. And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there, and in the process picks up the first down. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jalen Hurts.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Lions have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. All right, so this one not quite over yet. Back to a 2-score game, CD.
Yeah, and you've still got 4+ minutes to go, so when you think about comebacks, it's happened before. Now, it hasn't happened often, but you've got to think to yourself, let's be the next great comeback story and play this one out.
Extra point up and good from Santoso. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit.
Santoso now to send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Dallas offense set for this next drive. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man is Uzama. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Here's Prescott. That's caught by his tight end Uzama. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They'll run on 1st down. Edmonds.
And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Prescott.
Finding Tolbert here over the middle. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Prescott from the gun. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
So now the Lions down by 2 touchdowns, 1:38 to go. A 4th straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a 1st down.
On 1st down, Hurts. And that's caught by Williams.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Hurts trying to hurry up the offense.
From the 27,
Hurts finding Hunt.
and he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move.
Another completion here to Hunt.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Counting down to 30 seconds remaining. Forced out to his left.
Finding Allen. And this is not going to be what they needed. They get a few here, but now 3rd down as the clock runs.
And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Hurts.
He's going to let it fly.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
One last shot at the end zone.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
So it's a win here for the Cowboys, and it was Dak Prescott, their quarterback, who really led the charge.
Yeah, sometimes you just have those games where everything's clicking, and this was one of those days. He wound up with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. He was large and in charge all day long.
So for Dallas, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Lions, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles
today. From M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's Week 13 of the MFL on EA Sports.
Rodgers now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Back to the running game with Jacobs. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Left side to Lamb. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to make it 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
Tucker's kick is good. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. They start with a give to Connor. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Connor on the read option. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. 42 yards rushing for him now to this point. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. To throw is Murray. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he'll just get rid of it. Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On first down, Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers.
That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
The Ravens on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Tunyon's got it on the out route.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 34-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
You're trash. Hey, 25 to the mic. We're going 23.
Now it's Rodgers.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy?
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. From the 29, Rodgers.
And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted.
Buda Baker with a pick. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
The Cardinal offense here ready to take over.
Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Ertz over the middle. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. This a 2nd and 7 from the 37.
Get ready. 14's the mic. 14's the mic.
Murray a give. This is Connor.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. And now right out of the 2-minute break, We'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. On 1st and 10 is Connor. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Hey, Mike's 15, Mike's 15.
An option handoff given to Connor.
And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
I'm going to hit you all night. 14's the Mike. 14's
Now Murray. Buying time to, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Brian Burns flying in there and dropping him for the sack. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities. And he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So Aaron Rodgers and his offense down by 7. A little over 20 seconds to go. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. Back to throw, Rodgers.
Pass complete, Tunyon. And he'll be taken down as that'll net him only about a gain of 9.
To throw is Rodgers. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Arizona, their very slim playoff hopes get a boost as they move to 5-7. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, it's a tough one to swallow as they drop back to 8-4 on the year.
33, yellow.
Key to tight end. Key to tight end. Four down.
Set, cut.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Straight ahead, Etienne.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
On the set.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
59. I want that. Give me that ball, defense.
Hut, go.
Give me that ball, defense.
Ready, hut.
Back to throw.
That pass complete to Moore.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
These two teams, they met in New Orleans earlier in the year with the Saints coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in New Orleans to complete the season sweep.
Let's go. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Check nickel.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
I'm going back to you. Mike, check. 59.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And this is caught at the 8.
And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, and he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. He's got it for a Panther touchdown.
Chuba Hubbard.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Panthers have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the 4th quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the 4th quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 5. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Set to take over once again. Out comes the Saints offense. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
Out to the right and complete to Pittman. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's second down. They'll set up to throw. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. 86 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Cook. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Looking to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Cut.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Derek Brown in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's a throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Here we go.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
We got three. 3 down.
Back to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Panthers have just about sewn up this football game. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here, because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
And the Panthers coming out now.
And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
45.
And they'll go again with Etienne.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. .39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. So all eyes on the Saints offense. Down on the scoreboard. Less than 90 seconds to go.
Here we go.
Needing to go pretty much the length of the football field as they have it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's got his big tight end here. He'll look to throw. Hit as he throws. He lost the football. It's loose. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Dalvin Cook now catches on back-to-back plays. Partner, what a finish to this one. I mean, this offense, they had it down there inside the red zone, but ultimately couldn't execute that final snap to find the end zone.
Yeah, and they're going to walk away from this one, and you know what's going to go through their heads the entire time until they get to play again. If we could only have that final snap to do over one more time, maybe with a different play call.
So for the Panthers, their very slim playoff hopes get a boost as they move to 5-7.
And they'll get another road date next week as their opponent.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. It's J.O.K. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? Let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mayfield. Left side complete to Lockett. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now Mayfield lost the football, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat. Make sure you take care of the football while you're traversing downfield.
Hey, we got 4.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to put him a touchdown and a 2-point conversion up. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that'll push the lead up to 8.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the 1st quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
And now out come the Giants.
And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone.
It's been a long day for you. Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now Mayfield. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnson. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 18.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And the Patriots take over.
New England's offense set to go. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
43 is the mic, boys. 43.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain.
91 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
An ideal spot here to get a 1st down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard.
43 is the mic.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
That'll be a New England 1st down, a gain of 12.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Try to get to the outside. This is McCaffrey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
And they'll try to run the option here.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Now a give right side McCaffrey. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
We got 4. We got 4.
3rd down. Here's McCaffrey. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out, and the Giants are going to get the football back. Mayfield and the offense now. Down by 8. A little over a minute to go. They need a touchdown and, of course, a two-point conversion as well.
20. I'm coming.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
Here's Baker. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
Mayfield trying to get him up to the line as fast as he can.
Mayfield.
Here's Johnson with a reception.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Now Mayfield. Again, it's Johnson. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Mayfield.
It's hauled in by Shepard.
And he's going to get this down near the 25. This one came right down to the wire. And CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because while they had one final look at the end zone, the defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly, and no flags. Because remember, if there's a defensive penalty, there's one play left in.
Good day.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
He'll find Metcalf. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Working with 2nd and 5 now.
43's the mic. 43's the mic.
They're going to look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Back to throw again. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check, 43. You must get
They'll look to throw again. And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up second down. No, third down.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. That'll go as a pickup of 8. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
He'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
That's Drake Jackson burying him and finishing the play.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Squeeze, double.
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Kenneth Walker, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Point after here coming up. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And it was Kenneth Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run.
Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the 49er hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Lance now on 1st down.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Ready. 55. Hey, eat. Check. Mike. Check 55, Mike. Oh, yeah.
First down, here's Mitchell.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Hey, check right. Ready, go.
Another run with Mitchell.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Wild Bill. 56 to Mike.
A shotgun handoff to Mitchell.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
55 is Mike, guys. 55.
On 3rd down, here's Mitchell.
You got nothing.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
76 yards rushing now for...
So the victory here for San Francisco.
And say what you want about Lumen Field here in Seattle, but for my money, this is the loudest and most difficult place to win in the league when you're on the road.
It's very hard. The fan support, off the charts. The way that they make noise and understand when to make noise, they understand the game as well as anyone. And how about what we get in our media packets when we start preparing for the game? They have it in their own stuff, right? The number of offsides penalties, false start penalties that they draw against the opposing team because of that fan support. And last but not least, they designed the stadium to keep the noise in, and it works.
But not in this one. They were able to somehow come in here and get that victory. So for San Francisco, they move back over 500 at 7-6. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Seattle, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams. That'll do it for us.
Today, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports.
On second down, Elliott once more.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 4.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Mike, 53, Mike.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Holding offense.
Are you serious, dog? We're set.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on third.
41. We're gonna wedge that, huh? Watch the backer.
Here's Watson.
Get the weight.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter.
Big series right here.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
4 down.
Stafford on 1st down. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Ready. 180. Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Stafford looks to throw again. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Set. Blue 60. You gotta get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the 4th quarter.
53 is Mike. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch the flag.
A 1st down carry by Elliott.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 148 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Watson now to throw.
A throw left side, caught by the tight end Freiermuth. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
He's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Now Watson shoves him away.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson firing quickly here, and that's complete. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
2nd down and 3, ball on the 7.
Watson looks to throw again, and it's caught. And in for the Steelers, touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year.
And the Steelers have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Extra point put through by Boswell. And they will take a 7-point lead. That time a 6-play drive.
And it was all finished on the touchdown reception by Ezekiel Elliott.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. L.A. set to take over again on offense. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At their own 27. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Here's Stafford. Over the middle and complete to the tight end Higbee. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Here's Stafford. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Sam Hubbard in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Stafford. Got a man. It's Higbee complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 45-yard line. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Stafford now to throw. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Kupp. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' yard line.
That's into the hands of Jacob Harris. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Now the point after try for Santos. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Watson's throw brought in by Austin. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
To throw, Watson.
Over the middle, complete. It's Elliott.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
I'm on. 53's the mic. 53. Check 53.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And we will not see a return to start overtime. It'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And you definitely could make the case we might not even be in overtime had he not thrown 3 interceptions in regulation. But looking better here so far in OT.
Yeah, and when you think about what a coach is thinking at that point, because normally you've thrown 3 picks during the game, you might craft your play calling to be a little more careful. Not in this case. The green light is still on for him.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
3rd and 1, trying to keep this drive in overtime going. A big one coming up. Play action. Stafford.
Across the middle, he finds Robinson. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
On first down, it's Stafford.
That swung out wide to Harris.
So the completion gets him just a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
Now Stafford.
I'm coming after you.
Dancing to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Khalil Mack able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Here comes the Rams punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense set to regain possession. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
Now Watson, his first throw of OT.
That's going to be caught. It's Austin.
7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Steelers first down.
Now Watson.
And that's going to be incomplete.
George Pickens, the intended target,
but it'll be 2nd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Watson. He's got Pickens. Complete.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Watson to throw. Here's a quick slant to Ezekiel Elliott.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 42. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here's Watson. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now Watson, he's going to back away and call a timeout. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. Throwing on third down, Watson.
He'll get this to Elliott.
So he stopped for no gain. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs rolled around, so that means this one ends in a tie.
Yeah, that's ultimately unsatisfying for both teams, the fan bases. Heck, for us,
True.
We came here to see a winner, right?
We did.
Winner.
Good night.
Ready. 50, green.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. Check 37. Check 37.
Check, cut.
Right back to Singletary on second down.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go.
Ready, go.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Going up top. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play that time for Cleveland. 41 yards.
Defender was right there in his shorts. Is that one of those situations as a DB where you just tip your cap and say, nice catch?
Well, you're supposed to, but a true competitor, he's not tipping his cap at all. He's upset he still didn't make the play. If it's a 50-50 ball or a moment of truth, he's got to win more than his fair share of them as well.
Probably especially angry because if it was incomplete, would have been 4th down.
Exactly.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. He's got Njoku over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. The offense on third down tonight, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 60 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Looking to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
19, Tiger.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Matt Judon in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They're going to look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Ready. 3. Mike's 43. Ready? 43 is the mic. 43 is the mic.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That's going to be caught. It's Palmer. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. They go play action here on first down.
He'll get this out wide to Singletary.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now 2 yards to go on third down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Yeah, this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
York able to send this one through.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Chargers offense back onto the field.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career.
Only needing 2 yards on second down.
Back to throw. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Draw play, it's Eckler.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 136 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. 36 yards.
And the Chargers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance They needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Hopkins with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. 5 plays there on that drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeout to throw his opportunity, or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They go right back to Singletary. And he powers his way up past the 30. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now back to throw. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. On the ground, it's Singletary. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The Browns send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So the Chargers now down 27-20, 54 seconds to go. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score.
Right there, 54, right there.
They'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
And this nearly intercepted. Probably should have been. Had he caught it, it would have sealed it. Instead, one more chance coming up on 4th down. That's caught by Palmer.
And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy.
Ready.
The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee.
Here we go. 10 black.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And this coaching staff, CD, I think you'd agree, pleased with this overall effort.
Oh, I think they're more than pleased, right? They've got to look at each other like, wow, we just pulled this one off in a big way. Great job of motivating. Even better job of game planning. They were facing a top 10 defense, so they had to make sure that everything was buttoned down and they had it ready to go, and their guys executed.
Yeah, they were concerned not only about moving the ball through the air, but also on the ground. But both really started to come in sync.